How do you solve a quadratic equation using the quadratic formula? First, you determine the coefficients a, b, and c in the quadratic equation. Then you insert the coefficients into this formula. X equals minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all of that over 2a. Finally, you calculate to find the value of x. Let's look at an example. You want to solve the quadratic equation x squared minus 4x plus 3 equals 0. Start by finding the coefficients. To do this, it's smart to compare the equation with the general form of the equation, ax squared plus bx plus c. There is no coefficient in front of x squared, which means that a equals 1. The coefficient in front of the x term is minus 4, so b is minus 4. And finally, the constant term is 3, so c equals 3. Always start by writing down the quadratic formula. Now you can insert the coefficients. Remember to use parentheses around negative coefficients. That gives you the following expression on the right-hand side. Minus negative 4 plus or minus the square root of minus 4 squared minus 4 times 1 times 3. All of that goes over 2 times 1. Phew, that sure is one hairy equation. First, you clean up minus negative 4, giving you 4. Now, it's smart to calculate the discriminant. The discriminant is the expression under the square root. Here, minus 4 squared is the same as minus 4 times minus 4, which is 16. Next, 4 times 1 times 3 is 12. This gives you 16 minus 12 under the square root. In the denominator, you have 2 times 1, which is 2. From here, you continue to work under the root, which leaves you with the square root of 4. You work with the square root until there is nothing more to do. In this case, calculating the square root of 4, which is 2. Now, what to do with the plus or minus situation? This is easy. Just separate the equation into two equations, like this. x1 equals 4 plus 2 divided by 2, and x2 equals 4 minus 2 divided by 2. In math, we use subscripts, among other things, to give solutions unique names. From here, it's just finishing up the calculations. x1 equals 4 plus 2 divided by 2, which is 6 divided by 2, giving the answer 3. And x2 equals 4 minus 2 divided by 2, which is 2 divided by 2, giving the answer 1. This means that the quadratic equation x squared minus 4x plus 3 equals 0 has the two solutions x1 equals 3 and x2 equals 1. You should always verify your solutions. You do this by inserting your answer into the left and right side of the equation. Then you compare the calculation on the left-hand side to the calculation on the right-hand side to check if the result is equal. In this case, x1 equals 3. Inserting 3 into the left-hand side gives you 3 squared minus 4 times 3 plus 3, which is 9 minus 12 plus 3, which is 0. The right-hand side in this case is already a constant, so there is no calculation necessary. The left-hand side equals the right-hand side, so 3 is a correct answer. Now let's check x2 equals 1. Inserting 1 into the left-hand side gives you 1 squared minus 4 times 1 plus 3, which is 1 minus 4 plus 3, which is 0. The right-hand side is still 0. The left-hand side equals the right-hand side, so 1 is also a correct answer. You solve quadratic equations by determining the coefficients a, b, and c in the quadratic equation. Then you insert the coefficients into this formula. X equals minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all of that over 2a. Finally, you calculate to find the value of x.